Hello, my name is Thomas Norton, and I work in the Educational Technology Department at BJU Press. Today, I'm going to give you a quick tour of Google Earth and show you quick, cool things that you might not know how to do. So, I am in the web version of Google Earth. The web version and the version on Android and iOS are very similar, basically the same version. There is a third version, it's called Google Earth Pro, and it is a program you download onto your computer. It doesn't cost anything. It's free, just like the other versions of Google Earth. You just have to download it, and that version does have a few more features, which I'm going to show you at the end, that the web versions do not. But for the first two tricks, I'm going to walk you through on the web version. So the first one, we're going to zoom in here to the White House, and we'll click on it and get it to zoom us in. And you may not know that you may have used Street View before, but you can actually use Street View to go inside certain buildings. And a lot of times, these buildings are buildings like state houses. So the White House, Congress has this ability. There's a few other buildings. There are some companies that also have these and shops that you can walk in as well. I know you can go into Buckingham Palace, and there's a few other government buildings around the world that you can go in and explore. So you just kind of have to um, jump around and see what you can find to see if that's possible in these buildings. The way you would do that is just like you would normally go into Street View. So we'll zoom in on the White House here. We'll grab the little person that's over here on the bottom right. We're going to pick him up and drag him. And when we do, you'll see all of these blue lines have appeared across my screen. And I'm just going to take my person, I'm going to drop him right on one of those blue lines, and it will take me inside the White House. And when it does that, you'll notice I can look around and see the rooms that we're in. We also have the navigation arrows like you normally would in Street View that we can move around to different rooms in the house. We can go from one room to the other and travel across. Again, there are many different buildings you can do this with. You just kind of have to try it out a little bit and see what works. So this is a really cool way if you're talking about the White House, for example, or if you're talking about another building, to allow your students to kind of walk through and see that without having to take a, a tour and a field trip out there to walk around these buildings. The next tool I'm going to show you, and I'm going to click, here's another quick little trick for you. I'm going to click this globe over here on the right, and that will zoom me all the way out to space so I can see the whole Earth. And I'm actually going to zoom back in a little bit. The next thing you might not know you can do is you can actually measure distances and area with Google Earth. So if you look over here on the left side, you'll see I have this ruler. And if I click on that, that gives me a tool where I can measure distance. So with this tool, I'll just click if I want to go from here in Iran and I want to see how far it is over here to this spot in China. I can click there and it will give me that distance. You'll notice it is up here in miles, 2,576. And if we actually take Google Earth and we complete our shape, so I'm going to make a triangle here, it will give us not only the perimeter, so that's the distance around that shape, but also the area. So there are some cool things you can do with that. You can find the area of a country or a section of land, or if you want to zoom all the way out and use it to measure the distance around the Earth or the distance across the Earth, you can use this tool to do that. The final thing I want to show you in Google Earth is not available in the web app. So if you're using the web app or the iOS or Android apps to get to Google Earth, you can't do this. You need to download onto your computer Google Earth or Google Earth Pro. Again, those are free, but you have to actually go through and get them downloaded. So I'm going to switch over to Google Earth. This is on my desktop app now. You'll notice things are in a little bit of a different place, but it's for the most part the same program, except up here at the top on this toolbar, we have this planet icon. When you click on that, that will allow you to actually go look at the moon in Google Earth View or Mars. So if we click on the moon, it's going to load it for us. And you'll notice they're using the imagery that they have from different missions that have been taken to the moon. And if you zoom in, you'll start to see there's some dots on the moon. And what are those? Well, those are different places that either Apollo missions have landed. So you'll notice here we have the Apollo 15 activity that happened at this spot on the moon. We also have where there are lunar rovers. And we have, this is, I believe, a Russian rover from 1959 that landed on the moon, or in this case, crashed on the moon there as they were exploring the moon. So there's a lot of different landmarks on the moon for you to look at. So this would be interesting, I feel like, to explore with your students and see what's going on there. You can also switch it to view the sky, and this will flip us out into a view where we can turn around and see where different stars and constellations are in relation to each other. So we're thinking about um, our physical science, and we're looking at stars and where they are in relation to each other and looking at the constellations. Well, here we go. We can zoom right in and we have all of these labeled and laid out for us. So I hope that you can find great ways to use Google Earth in your classroom. There's a lot of cool features here. I encourage you to go out and explore it and give it a try. I can't wait to hear what you do with it, and I hope you have a great day.